Hi everybody, my name is Pam Maples and I'm here today with Faith of the Mustard Seed. And I'm here with Shonjrell Ladner and we are going to let her tell her story in just a few minutes.
Matthew 17:20. If you have faith as small as a mustard seed, nothing will be impossible for you.
Well, hi Shonjrell, how are you?
Oh, good. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you for being with us today. Now, before we even get started, I see that you have something bright and shiny that you're wearing. Can you tell us about that?
I am Mrs. Tennessee International 2018. My pageant organization that I compete with actually emphasizes platform, and that was one of the reasons that I decided to join it and promote my cause.
Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about some of your causes?
Okay, yeah. So my main cause is bringing awareness to neonatal abstinence syndrome, and that is the conditions that babies undergo being born
Yes.
dependent on drugs. We have a huge problem with that here in Tennessee, unfortunately.
Yes.
And in America, every 15 minutes, a baby is born dependent on drugs, and it's an issue that I got to witness firsthand. While my baby was born prematurely, my son Rio.
Yes.
And while he was in the hospital, I saw so many babies, who were born dependent, and I wanted to do something to help. So
Yes.
yeah, that's how it all began.
And so, where did you go from there?
Well, okay, so from there I watched, the babies, and I saw volunteers that we call cuddlers holding the babies, and I decided I wanted to become a cuddler. So I have been at UT Medical Center now for a little over 3 years as a baby cuddler in the NICU, and we get to hold the babies.
Yes, I've seen that on your Facebook page. You have several Facebook pages, and I've seen that on one of those pages.
Yes, that's just like one of my main focuses is being able to do that and to give back. And with that, that is why I promote I try to promote the prevention of neonatal abstinence syndrome,
Yes.
and that stems from the mother using while being pregnant. And that is what motivated me, to compete in pageants, because you have the platform and you have the audience
Yes.
to help with that. And it has inspired me to do so much more in the community.
Well, tell us a little bit about your community service, and I see that you have something here on the table.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit more about that as well.
Okay, so what I like to promote, with our youth and with everything I do is giving back, because you get so much more when you give back than taking. Giving your time, I say, is one of the most valuable gifts you can give a person or anything. And in the beginning, I didn't know how to become affiliated with everyone,
Right.
so I started volunteering at Susanna's House, which is a faith-based recovery center for women and
Absolutely.
their children. And with the addiction crisis, that was something that helped so much in the beginning.
And that's in Knoxville, correct?
That is in Knoxville, but we hope to expand to Sevierville. very
Yay.
soon. We're trying. So I did that. I started working with the homeless community and care cuts, and become an ambassador of that program. I'm also with Child Help, soon to be a board member of them as well. That's a new announcement. But Child Help is one of the biggest child abuse and neglect agencies in America. So that's
Yes.
a really great feat. Gosh, there's so many. So I said care cuts. We have Child Help, Scarecrow Foundation,
Yes.
which is a big thing I'm a part of too. We help supply food to the local food banks to help feed the hungry. So
Yes.
all of these social issues you become involved with and immersed with in the community.
Now tell me a little bit about this, because if I'm not mistaken, I believe these are your books. You're an author as well, correct?
Yes. So anyone can become a published author, and I say that and I try to encourage that. I decided to do this because the organizations I mentioned before need funding. You
Right.
always need funding, and I'm like, well,
Right.
what can we do, to continuously support funding but help others? So my first book is called Reap What You Sow Garden. This is my most popular book. It's basically about teaching healthy eating. And my original
Yes.
plan was to be able to go to many schools and go to these rehab facilities and
Yes.
create a garden. Because in the back of my book, there's a step-by-step display and basically on how to, kind of build your own garden and everything. And it's just, something that's therapeutic and it
Yes.
helps a lot. And my proceeds from my book, I donate directly to the organizations I help with. So
Yes.
it's like a win-win, and it's so fun. And you've even been with with me. It's so fun to go to the schools, you know.
Yes,
and-
I believe that I opted out for the tomato, but I wound up being Cuddles the bear.
Yeah, we go to the schools and we you know, read to the kids, and I bring characters along and they love it, and we try to encourage them, you know, to eat healthy, to
Yes.
read, and also inspire them, you know, that they can become anything and become an author as well.
Yes.
So
Now, why don't you tell me a little bit about this book?
this book is Penelope and Kylie's PB&J Party. This was my second book that I actually wrote and illustrated. I have a company called PB&J Party, and it is to inspire women and their daughters
Yes.
to become entrepreneurs. We have a red carpet. I have 2 fun characters here.
Yes.
Penelope and Kylie with pink hair, and they come out and we do a fashion show, they do a fun skit, and at the end all of the vendors get to do a presentation and talk about how they started their business, and it's to
Yes.
kind of inspire. It's a fun night of dressing in pink in your pajamas and
Yes.
like, you know, shopping, so that's great.
Now, if someone wanted to get these books to help fund for the organizations, how would they go about doing that?
Okay, so the good thing is all of my books now are available via Barnes & Noble, Amazon, and Books A Million, and many other stores, big box stores. So that has been a big blessing that I would never foresee coming. But that is the easiest way. And you can also go to my website. It is borntocuddle.com. You can learn more about my cause and also see how you can purchase the books.
Now, I have one more thing that I want to cover with you. Now, we're going to go back to earlier in our conversation where you mentioned that you were a cuddler. Now, I kind of followed you a little bit through that journey, and I know that there were some times that were very difficult for you. You were almost ready to give up, but you had that faith, the faith of a mustard seed, and you never gave up. And I know that you took a very tedious process to create your own invention for the NAS babies, the neonatal abstinence syndrome babies. Can you
Yes.
tell me a little bit about that?
Yes, okay. So I'm also a patent pending inventor. Watching the babies, I don't know how to convey what it really feels like to go in every week. I have been blessed to see what has inspired my journey every single week through my work. And every time I feel like I am not good enough or that I can't do better, I look at that baby, you know, that I'm holding. I watch them grow. I mean, some, you know, we're not even allowed to hold because they're so small or they're so
Right.
sick.
Right.
And you watch them over the months just grow, and it's a miracle. You're watching a miracle. I know what it felt like when my son was there, and I was so scared. And you watch the parents, and I'm like, you just have to keep that faith,
Yes.
and you just have to, you know, keep pushing. But I watched some of the things that we were doing with the babies. They have really sensitive skin, sensory issues.
Yes.
They get shakes, you know, tremors, sensitivity to light, touch, and sound. And we would wrap them in like a rough texture towel or something that would make their skin, you know. But to me, I felt like it wasn't as nice as what other babies get. And I feel
Right.
like all babies are born to cuddle, and that's what my company is called. So I created the first medical wrap for babies, you know, NAS babies, and it looks like a little teddy bear, and it has
Yes.
arms to cuddle them in, and the mom can record their voice, you know, because a lot of times the parent, if they're going through an addiction, they're not going to be able to be there with their baby, but they still deserve, it's a disease, you know,
Right.
so they still deserve that opportunity. And I know what I felt like, even though, you know, I wasn't an addict, I know that how hard it was to leave my baby in the NICU when,
Right.
when we didn't have 24-hour visiting hours, and
Right.
I thought he's not going to hear my voice, so I wanted to incorporate that. So yeah, that's what my invention is. We're looking to launch that in hospitals, you know, across the nation. And I didn't have anything in the beginning of this. It like you said, it was all by faith and believing
Yes.
that you could do something and pushing forward, you know. And I feel
Yes.
like I didn't have a choice when I'm looking at these babies. So
You felt God push you in that direction.
yeah, I felt like I was called to do it. I can't explain it.
Yes.
I always say there's not many things in life that you will find that you will do without a paycheck. When you find something in life that you will do without getting a paycheck and you feel good about it, and you're not looking for any type of, you know, pat on the back or reward, you know,
Right.
those blessings just come. I'll give my testimony to that. It's been great.
Absolutely. Well, Shonjrell, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for telling us a little bit about your story and about your faith and about how your faith came into action, what your faith moved you to do, you know, how it all played out step by step. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And with that, guys, tune in again next time for Faith of a Mustard Seed. Have a blessed day.